A return to glory, Trump's second inauguration. A sea of red hats filled the landscape surrounding Capital One Arena. On January 20th, 2025, Donald J. Trump took the oath of office, becoming the 47th President of the United States. His victory signaled a return to the policies that had defined his first term. The cheers of the crowd echoed this sentiment, a chorus of affirmation for the man they saw as their champion. As Trump delivered his address, the themes were familiar strength, American dominance, and a disdain for the perceived failures of his predecessor. The promise of a return to America First policies ignited a fervor among his supporters. Flags waved, bands played, and the crowd roared their approval. The stage was set, the audience eager, and the leading man ready for his close-up. The pen commands, executive orders flow. The very afternoon of his inauguration, Trump, ensconced in the Oval Office, wasted no time in wielding his executive power. Surrounded by his closest advisors and family members, he began signing a flurry of executive orders. Immigration, a cornerstone of his previous campaigns, took center stage. With a flourish, he declared a national emergency at the southern border, authorizing increased military presence and funding for his long-promised border wall. Trump moved on to dismantle the legacy of the Biden administration. He rescinded dozens of Biden-era executive orders on issues ranging from climate change to transgender rights. Critics decried what they saw as an autocratic power grab, while supporters lauded his decisiveness and commitment to his campaign promises. The political landscape, already deeply divided, seemed to crack even further. Trump, energized by his return to power, seemed intent on using every tool at his disposal to reshape the country in his image. The next 4 years promised to be anything but ordinary. Securing the nation immigration and border focus. Immigration took center stage in Trump's second term. He doubled down on his hardline stance, enacting policies aimed at drastically reducing both legal and illegal immigration. The southern border became the focal point of his efforts. The construction of the border wall was fast-tracked. Military personnel, redeployed from other missions, added to the growing sense of a militarized zone along the border. He implemented stricter vetting procedures for asylum seekers, making it more difficult for them to enter and stay in the country. The Remain in Mexico policy was reinstated, forcing asylum seekers to wait in dangerous conditions in Mexico while their cases were processed. Trump's unrelenting focus on immigration further inflamed tensions within the country. Section 4. Undoing the past, embracing the future policy reversals. Trump's second term was marked by a systematic dismantling of his predecessor's legacy. The Paris Climate Accord was swiftly abandoned. Trump argued that the agreement was detrimental to American economic interests. Domestically, he rolled back environmental regulations, promoting the expansion of fossil fuel industries. Trump's assault on Biden-era policies extended to healthcare. He chipped away at the Affordable Care Act, though he stopped short of attempting a full repeal. On social issues, Trump reversed course on transgender rights. He banned transgender individuals from serving openly in the military and revoked guidelines protecting transgender students in schools. These actions further deepened the partisan divide, setting the stage for continued political battles throughout his second term. Section 5. A nation divided, reactions and legal challenges. The swiftness and scope of Trump's actions sent shockwaves through the nation. His supporters hailed him as a man of action, finally able to enact his agenda without obstruction. Rallies and demonstrations erupted across the country, celebrating his return to power. However, Trump's actions were met with fierce resistance from the opposition. Democrats vowed to fight his agenda at every turn. Protests erupted in major cities, with demonstrators denouncing his policies on immigration, climate change, and social justice. Legal challenges quickly emerged, targeting the constitutionality of his executive orders. Civil rights organizations, environmental groups, and state attorneys general filed lawsuits arguing that Trump had overstepped his authority. The nation, deeply polarized, braced itself for a tumultuous 4 years.